Unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freighter. Since St. James football officially came to the fore in the 1986-87 season, when Seba United became the first rural team to be crowned national champions, having won the Craveney NPL competition, symbol of all-island club football supremacy, the region has been producing high-quality players, many of whom have gone on to represent Jamaica or play professionally overseas. Unfortunately, along that journey, the region has lost some of its top players to death. Some through accidents, others through murder, and some through natural causes. In this edition of Lest You Forget, I will be looking at some of the players who have died and select 11 players who I believe would be good enough to beat any St. James team today. Although this exercise is entirely hypothetical, I hope it will help to immortalize some of these former players and also bring back fond memories of the joy they brought to the region. I would give the goalkeeping position to Devon Kidaris Dunkley, who came to national prominence representing Seba United before going on to represent Jamaica. In his prime, Dunkley was one of the best goalkeepers in Jamaica, and it was no surprise when in the 1986-87 season, when Seba won the national title, he was voted the goalkeeper of the year. Unfortunately, Dunkley's life came to a sad end in 2017 when he was shot and killed in North Gully, close to his Seba United base. In defense, my first choice would be former Wadada captain Dave Brooks. Brooks, who came to prominence playing the Costa Cup football for St. Elizabeth Technical High School before making his mark at Wadada Football Club, where he was inspirational in the team, winning 2 national titles. Brooks was a standout player in the defense for Jamaica for several years and was highly rated among his peers. Brooks, who migrated at the end of his football career, died earlier this year from natural causes. The man who I would slot in alongside Brooks in the heart of the defense is former Herbert Morrison star O'Neil Scabba Eccleston, who became an outstanding defender representing Wadada FC and St. James. Eccleston, who was an outstanding Masters League player after he ended his career at Wadada, was killed in 2004 when the car in which he was travelling crashed while he was on his way back to Montego Bay from a World Cup qualifier between Jamaica and Panama at the National Stadium. The left back position in this team would go to Stephen Zarbol Thompson, who came to prominence playing the Costa Cup football at Rossies before becoming a household name representing Seba United. Zarbol was one of those defenders who operated like an enforcer. Before you challenge his goal, you have to go through him. At the end of his career, Thompson migrated to the United States, where he died of natural causes several years later. I would seal the defensive line with Thompson's Seba United teammate Donald Bugurgo Finlayson. As his name suggested, he was a rough and tumble defender, but he was very efficient, and he usually left a mark on strikers whenever they confront him. The midfield charge would be led by the great Winston Twinnibug Anglin, who is easily one of the best midfielders Jamaica has produced. He was blessed with speed and power, excellent at tackling, very good in the air, and he scored many goals. In fact, when Jamaica beat Trinidad 2-1 in the 1991 Shell Caribbean Cup final, it was his brilliant strike that won the game for Jamaica. Sadly, at the back end of his career, while he was playing Masters football, he died, perished in the same crash in which Eccleston and 3 other persons were killed. I would place Stephen Shorty Malcolm, who was like an Energizer bunny in the midfield alongside Anglin. Malcolm, who came to prominence playing the Costa Cup football for Rossies before moving on to Seba and then to Jamaica, was an integral part of Jamaica's 1998 World Cup team. Because of his combative spirit and his never-say-die attitude, he was considered a secret weapon in the team. Malcolm was killed in a car crash in January 2001 while on his way home to Montego Bay after representing Jamaica in a game at the National Stadium. While he was predominantly a defender while he played the Costa Cup football for Rossies High School, I would play Mark Tringham Williams in the midfield alongside Anglin and Malcolm. In addition to being an excellent reader of the game, Williams was an excellent passer of the football and was not afraid to shoot at goal from long range. Towards the back end of his career, Williams was killed in a controversial police shooting at his home in Flanker in 2011. He was only 33 years old. I would add the robust and sometimes flashy Anthony Fallis Williams in the midfield as well. With his speed and power and his ability to kick with both feet, he would be a natural fit. Additionally, he was no slouch when it came to defending. Williams, who became an accomplished coach after his playing days, died of natural causes in 2022. My forward line would be led by Capel Corntail Donaldson, that flashy striker who came to prominence as Rossies before literally walking into the national team. With his speed and power, Donaldson was a constant nightmare to defenders. After ending his career, Donaldson was affected by mental illness. Unfortunately, he was shot and killed under controversial circumstances by a police officer in his hometown in Savannah Lamar, in Westmoreland. I would have Vinton Williams, the former Cornwall College and volley kicker striker, partnering Donaldson on the front line. Williams was a natural goal scorer, and alongside Donaldson, they would easily wreak havoc with just about any defense unit. Williams died of natural causes while he was still active on the Masters League circuit. While I am fairly satisfied with the 11 players I have selected, I believe a case could be made for players such as Fabian Pirate Lawrence, who was an exceptional player when he represented Rossies in the Costa Cup. Unfortunately, substance abuse prevented him from fulfilling his fullest potential. He was shot dead by a security guard in a controversial shooting in Montego Bay in 2020. And of course, the magical Edwin Alcock, who walked into the national team after a magical schoolboy career at St. Elizabeth Technical High School. His career with Jamaica was short-lived as he got in trouble on an overseas assignment for Jamaica. However, at Seba United, he remained a legend for many years. He died of natural causes in 2017. Based on his success coaching Seba United, I would give the coaching job to Weston Wessock King, while the manager position would fall to Wadada's godfather, Gene Gray, who I am sure would be only too happy to finance the team. In looking back at the joy these players brought to Western Jamaica, their stories must count as one of the unforgettable stories out of the region. Unforgettable stories out of Western Jamaica from the scrapbooks of Adrian Freighter. Before you go, please remember to subscribe.